What's up guys, I am back with another guide, this time covering Marth and Lucina, and the reason I'm covering both of these characters is because they're similar enough that I don't have to go into too many details in between them. They're similar enough that watching this guide for one of the characters will teach you everything you need to know for the other. They're almost identical in almost every way. So let's get started, shall we? Alright, so we have our Lucina or Marth, and some cool things you can do is foxtrot with them. It doesn't actually make you run faster in this case. I know with Captain Falcon it might, but with certain other characters you just want to use it for style points. Or it just, it just adds a cool element. And you literally just tap your control stick forward every time. Like, you just keep hitting forward, 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 forward. Left, 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 depending on what direction you want to foxtrot in. And you can also pivot then and incorporate this into your movement. And I can't do it, it's really technical to do, but you can start like pivot foxtrotting, like a left-right kind of thing, and then do it the other way. So it can create for interesting movement options, and anybody who does like kind of get used to this technique can probably come out with some pretty fun stuff. Alright, so essentially there's that. I want to talk about Lucina's, I guess, her combo starters, and Marth's combo starters. So the main like advantage Lucina and Marth have is their side B. You can get a good 24%. So if someone hits my shield, let's say Marth does a forward smash, I can get a free percent, and you can vary the side B in different directions. So at lower percents, I generally like to do forward, 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 down B. So forward, 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 down. And all you have to do is hold the direction. So you start off with side B, and then from there, you just keep tapping B. Also, on another note, side B without any direction, can kill, and the upwards one can also kill at higher percents. So that's great to know. This one, the angle down variation, will not kill, but at high percents you can know that it will kill. So there's that. Falling up air is also a great combo starter. It can lead into a lot. So what you do is, while in the air, you can fall with an up air going down. So you can use the C stick, hit it upwards while you fast fall, or you can use the joystick, the analog stick, and do up and A, whatever is easier for you. I like using the C stick for this because it just makes my input more consistent. So you can get some cool stuff out of falling up air. You can get forward smash. Oops, wrong way. Yeah, you can get forward smash at low percent. You can get up tilt, which can set up for a back air. You can get up air into side B, and that launches them off. You can then edge guard with forward airs, maybe for the kill. And that's another thing I want to talk about. Their forward airs, off stage especially, you can really go deep and try to get your edge guards, especially if you can trump somebody. It's really helpful if you can get the trump. He trumped me, but trump to back air works. Yeah, so at higher percents you can really score kills this way and then keep edge guarding people. So there's that. Side B is very important. If you're not using side B with one of these characters, you're doing it wrong, because it's just a safe way to get good damage. As well as in the air, aerial side B into falling up air is also a thing. So you can do jump, short hop, side B into falling up air, and then combo that into up tilt, and then combo that into back air. Some of my personal favorites. So as for throws, I don't usually use many of their throws. Maybe I'll use back throw if we're by the ledge, just so I can get an edge guard situation. It's all situational with them, but generally for the most part you're going to use down throw. Why? Because down throw can give you follow-ups. Down throw into back air, down throw into up air, depending on percentage and character, weight. you can get that. However, this is not a combo, meaning they can air dodge out of it. But what you can do is you can down throw, wait for the air dodge, and then punish them. And this is a common thing. People will air dodge after you down throw them. You can charge a forward smash and try to get that hit as well. So it's all about the mix-up. And you'll see in my For Glory video, hopefully I can get some mix-ups going. They're just really fluid characters. Short hop nair is a great spacing tool, especially retreating it. You can retreat with short hop nair, and then maybe forward smash when people come in or grab them. That's a great option. Retreat with forward airs as well. And then you have some lag. But generally, if you want to land with a move, falling up air is solid. You don't really want to land with counter, because a good player is going to just charge their smash attack and then punish you hard for it. So counter is not the best way to land. Also, people can just grab you and then juggle you, and now you're in the same situation that you just were a moment ago. So landing with counter, I wouldn't recommend it. I like using my shield breaker to mix up my landing. So if I'm going to fall over here, no I'm not, I'm going to fall on the other side and you missed your opportunity. Or you can land with shield breaker on their shield, because people tend to block so they can shield grab you. And if you fall with a shield breaker, you can potentially break or poke people's shields. And I'll be releasing a video on how exactly to B-reverse. I know I haven't done this already, but it's a really useful tool in terms of mixing up your directions and your landings and stuff like that. So I would highly recommend it for this case. As well as when you're on the ledge, people tend to block. You can press back, forward, and shield break. And if they're blocking for too long, you're going to just break their shield. So that's something you can do. You want to do it fast, so it isn't obvious. And so you land on stage. Another thing that's really useful is jab into forward smash. Jab being just press the A button. So jab, forward smash. And you'll be surprised as to how many people don't know about that. The other thing is they can air dodge. So you can jab and then charge the forward smash on their landing. Some people, if they experience a jab at high percents, they will jump up, right? So, because they don't want to get hit by forward smash. So don't always just go for jab forward smash. Sometimes if you give your opponent credit, you can go for a jab and then like look for their jump and go for an up air, or look for their jump and do a double jump back air. And that's usually pretty solid for getting the KO. If all else fails, up smash is all of Lucina and Marth's smashes KO, so forward smash especially being one of the earliest, and pummel into up throw will start KOing around 135, maybe 140. So that is also a thing. But with proper DI, it's hard. Training mode does not register rage, so you also want to factor that in. But if these percents were real and my Lucina had rage, yeah, Marth would be dead right now. So up throw is, if anything, the kill throw you want to use. Down tilt is also a great spacing tool for poking people off the stage. Counter is also great. If you're fighting characters like Mario, you can counter, grab the ledge again, go off counter, depending on the character. You want to be mindful of your second jump though, of course. First hit of neutral air also allows for some mix-ups. First hit of neutral air can combo into forward smash, just like jab axe. Except this one's like on your landing, so if you fast fall it, you can get some nice stuff. Up tilt can also score you some nice KOs. And of course back air as well is really powerful. And if you're doing it off stage, even more so. So they'll die way earlier, right? Because they're closer to the blast zone, so you can score some KOs around 120, 110 depending on matchup. Up air, not as much. Oh, and one of my favorite moves, you're in a position and you don't know what's going to happen, up B out of shield. And you can do this to the ledge as well to keep yourself safe, or up to a platform on battlefield. If you're playing with friends, you can up B, and if you miss, you'll land on the platform, which will mitigate your lag. So this is also a great tool if you think someone's going to come up and grab you. It's a really fast option. Obviously you don't want to use it too much, but it's really important. Let's say I do a forward smash, and now Marth dashes in to come and grab me. I could just up B, and he's gonna get hit by that. So you can throw out moves as bait sometimes, and then up B immediately as soon as you can, and get that punish. The only thing is, if your opponent catches on, they can just run up and block, and now they're gonna get a huge punish on your up B whiff. So you want to be very mindful of that as well. But up B is a great tool. I like using it. You can also reverse the up B. So if you're facing in one direction, you can do it in the other. No pun intended on one direction. But to up B out of shield, what you do is you hold your shield up, and then what you're doing is you're pressing jump and then up B. And this gets you an instant up B. You notice I'm not putting my shield down and then pressing up B. I'm doing it out of my shield, which is instant. So what you're doing is, and I'm going to make probably another tutorial on this specifically, out of shield options. So jump, up B, all at the same time, since jump will cancel your shield, which is a really important concept that most players don't use. Most players will opt to roll out of situations, but staying in shield and then jumping away is a great option. It's one of the best options in the game. So combined with up B out of shield, you can score some KOs at high percents and kind of throw your opponent off, because they might be expecting a spot dodge, they might be expecting a roll, right? But if you just jump, that's very difficult to react to. And I mentioned this in some of my other videos. However, I didn't go in depth about jumping out of shield and why it's so important. And even more top players are guilty of this. They do not do this enough. Most top players also roll. Obviously, they roll in smarter situations and manners that are hard to predict, but they're still guilty of rolling. If you watch any pro set, you will see a few rolls thrown in there. Jab into up smash, not true, but you never know. So we've covered side B and its variations. Countering is also a great option, especially if you're fighting Donkey Kong and he's gonna throw out a it's a fully charged punch. Certain moves you just kind of anticipate, you can feel it, and you can counter them. Counter is also a great way to deal with projectiles. Sometimes you can shield a few and then counter if they keep doing the projectile. Counter can KO, especially off stage, depending on the move it is that you counter. You can even use it to get on stage, things like that, but you don't want to use it too often, and that's the mistake I see a lot of Fire Emblem character players doing. They will use their counter so frequently, and you just wait for it. You just sit there, they counter, grab, get some free damage, and then do it again. Or just charge a smash, and then when the counter finishes, let it go. Your timing has to be spot on, but this shouldn't be too hard to do. Once again, I think we covered all the B moves. Up B for killing and for baiting people to come out at you. As up B hits higher, it actually doesn't have killing properties. I just want to demonstrate that very quickly. So Marth's up in the air. I hit him with the top. It doesn't really kill him. But if I'm grounded and I hit him with this, or even up, that's when it's strongest. Like right in front, the initial hitbox of up B is the most powerful. We talked about, oh, he's on walk. Stop it. We talked about jabs uses. Jab is also great for breaking grabs and, like I said, popping people up so you can get that forward air or forward smash or read the jump option and get an up air or something else. So jab is useful for, you think they're going to come in and grab you, just jab. And if you miss, it's pretty safe that you can then grab them if they block it. I'm not saying it's going to work all the time. Maybe you'll throw out 2 jabs to mix things up, right? But down tilt's also a great spacing tool and good off stage when people are recovering. You can poke them, things like that. Of course, this is all matchup dependent. Jab is also great for breaking projectiles. For example, you're fighting Toon Link or Mario, and Mario's throwing fireballs, right? You can actually jab the fireballs. Same thing for Toon Link's boomerangs and arrows, I believe, and some other projectiles in the game as well. So you can experiment with this as a way of approaching players that spam projectiles. Forward tilt. I don't really use forward tilt very often at all. It's not a bad move. I just don't really use it often. I just kind of forget about it. But that's just me. We talked about aerial side B and its uses. first hit of Nair. Second hit of Nair actually kills, and so does the back hit of Nair. You can hit people with the back hit of Nair, and it also KOs at higher percent. Same with the 2 front hitting hits. Very powerful move. Fairly fast too. It covers a lot of space, so it's a good move to throw out. Falling up air, rising up air, we already know for juggling. And what else? And we already know about B reversing the shield breaker, using it on your landing to break shields. It's also a really good KO tool, even if you don't get it. It's just really, it's strong. Oh, I forgot to talk about my favorite thing as these characters. My favorite thing to do with them. It's pretty fun. So let's set me to 70 and let's set Marth to control. And let me hold up so my DI can be upwards, and let's have Marth forward smash me. Aha, there we go. Let's do it again. Hold up so my DI is upwards, Marth forward smash. Jump, charge neutral B, and we're back on stage, right? So when you're in the air and you're charging neutral B, it'll move you forward. It'll move you forward for quite some distance. However, a really good player, they're going to see you charging this move, and they're going to be like, oh, I know where he's going to be. He's going to move horizontally. Let me have this nice back air waiting for him. Because you can't move, right? So it's not the best option, but it's still, it covers a lot of distance. So sometimes if you need to recover, it could be a good tool. That's what I will say about it. And there's also something else it can do, I believe. Let's see if I can get it. Right. Whoops. I know there's a way to make it shift momentum. Just not spot on about that. Yeah, you see that? So if you wait a certain amount of time, it'll actually allow you to shift your momentum back and forth in whatever other directions after. See how much space I cover? So I don't know. This doesn't really have too many uses. Usually you'll just do the one so that you can get really low and then jump and up B to make it back. Also, guys, do not bypass the ledge. That's just asking to get punished, especially as Lucina or Marth. You want to not do this. You want to recover low and then sweet spot the ledge. It's very hard for characters to deal with that. So this is one of the better recoveries in the game. You just want to not miss the ledge and then be a sitting duck, basically. Also remember that when you up B, you can hold a direction to make it more horizontal, or hold back to make it more vertical. Don't know if I demonstrated that correctly. There we go. See how I can do it straight up, or I can do it out if I'm holding forward. Yeah, there we go. See that? And don't get me started on custom Lucina. That was my favorite up B, the horizontal one. But yeah, you can influence it, and if you practice with this, you'll get used to going straight up and going out. And, you know, depending on the situation, what you might need for that. So yeah, guys, hopefully... Oh, and the spike, which kills if you don't get the spike hitbox. But the spike is so satisfying. Also, one of my favorite moves in the game. In Brawl, it was really satisfying to land it. So the hitbox on the spike is at the direct center of the arc. Like straight down at 6 o'clock is the best way I could describe it. Can't believe I almost forgot about the spike. Because it's so... This is not a move you want to use frequently, and it's very situational. So if you have a stock to spare, and you're not going to die, it's worth a shot, but I wouldn't go for spikes, you know, very often with Lucina or Marth. There we go! And I died too. But I got the spike. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for, you know, sharing. Please do share this video if you found it helpful. Please give it a thumbs up. It helps me get noticed on YouTube, and I want people to watch. I want people to, you know, keep watching my videos. I know a lot of people love the Smash content on my channel, and I want to keep doing that for you guys. I'm going to try and up the production quality, especially if we can, like, get some really high view counts. I would really love that, and it would motivate me more to actually do more of these videos. Especially this summer, I plan on making a lot of changes to this channel. So hopefully you guys hold me to that by August. That's when I graduate and finish everything that, that's holding me back currently. So yeah, guys, as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Later.